As an over 50 woman, I hear on a weekly, if not daily basis from some of you in the comments things like, you shouldn't, you can't, I wouldn't, and it's all in reference to either styles of clothing or particular retails or brands that they think we shouldn't wear. And when I see or hear those comments, my brain translates that as to you should, you will, and I can. Now, obviously, I think that there are things that are more appropriate or less appropriate, and everyone's gonna have their own continuum or sliding scale. But one of the stores that I've been told over and over is just not appropriate for over 50 women is Abercrombie. And I will admit, I've steered far away from there. I just thought it was more appropriate clothing for younger girls. Cute, but maybe not for the over 50 crowd. Well, I'm here to tell you that while they have plenty of styles that are great for the young girls, they have a lot for us too. So I recently went to Abercrombie, just mostly to figure out what size I am, was really disappointed over the complete lack of inventory and size range in store. I went home, placed an online order, and I have 9 pieces that I think are not only appropriate for any age, but specifically the over 40, over 50, over 60, and plus woman who likes a more classic style. You're gonna love these. And if you're thinking, but Marnie, Abercrombie's a little bit higher of a price point than you generally talk about, you would be correct. But what is also correct is that Abercrombie is constantly having sales, and they are really good sales. So stick around, I'm gonna walk you through all 9 pieces, and then I'm gonna try them all on and show you how I style them into my existing wardrobe. Let's go. This first piece I specifically picked up because so many of you have asked me to show more natural fiber fabrics. This sweater, or top really, is 100% merino wool. Now when I hear wool, I think itchy. This is not itchy. It's super soft, very smooth fabric, and it's very lightweight. To me, this is more of just a fine knit, and it is. It's just knit out of wool. Now, just one thing you need to know about this top, and I've worn this multiple times, and I will style it for you in a little bit, is that, and I didn't realize this when I bought it, but it's okay. I thought, oh, how cute. A button-up top in a knit form, except it doesn't button down all the way. The buttons stop right here. I'll talk about why that's actually not a terrible thing when we get to the styling portion, and this does come in so many other colors if this green is not your thing. So why did I pick this out for our age group? Who doesn't love a button front top? Button up, button down, however you want to talk about it. We're gonna call it button front. It's just appropriate for all ages. I wanted something that gave some warmth but wasn't bulky and added extra bulk to me. I wanted something I could layer under cardigans, blazers, jackets, etc. I love the sleeve length, and I like that it does go in a little bit, and because of the way the buttons line up, it gives us a little more shape. We're gonna need a little extra help cheating the eye. I think this is a great piece. I also picked out 2 cardigans. The old money, preppy, kind of quiet luxury look is not going away. In fact, for most of us, it was an integral part of our childhood. They've just updated things a little bit. So I picked up 2 cardigans, both of which I actually brought with me on my recent trip to Arizona. And if you missed that video, I think it's gonna be up there on the screen. Maybe it'll be over there, and I'll link it down below, but I had a ton of winter outfit ideas in that video. If you missed it, I would love for you to take another look. But one of the ones I wore a lot on the trip was this cardigan. And I picked it out because, first of all, I love these buttons. They are flat. They don't have any texture really to them. They're a really pretty gold. They're not quite matte, but they're not super, super shiny. They're just somewhere in between. The fabric on this turned out to be super soft. Now, this is not 100% anything. It's a blend of all kinds of polyester and non-natural fabrics and viscose and wool. It's a blend. It's very soft. It does come in quite a few other colors as well. I will have the current pricing and my sizing on the screen, but for all the links, definitely look below me in the description box or hop on over to the comment section. I'll have everything pinned to the very top, the very first comment, with all that information there as well. So I love the pocket placement. This is just an easy thing to throw over your shoulders, layer over something else, and if you're like me and you get hot and then you get cold and then you're kind of somewhere in the middle, cardigan is a great option. If you want something a little dressier in the cardigan department, I love this one. Now this one is very similar in the style of the neckline. The buttons are absolutely exquisite, and another reason that I went for this, they almost look like jewelry. They're very beautiful. This does come in quite a few other colors, some that have cable knit, some that are more of a smooth front like this one. I just think a basic cream ivory cardigan is something we all need in our closet. I would say that the material on this, again, it's a blend, feels more like Angora or mohair, but it's not itchy. And I think that's because of the blend option. So I like that. And this one does not have pockets on it, so it's a little more of a streamlined classic look. I did pick up one just basic top, and it's a classic. Definitely something a younger person could wear. That makes me feel really old just saying younger person. I don't think this is a specific age, but honestly, when I look at something like this, to me, this looks like something someone my age would be more likely to reach for than a 20-year-old. It's a classic boat neck style with the horizontal stripes, which are a very big trend right now. A little bit wider, so a little bit more modern than what we've seen in the past. I would say this material is thicker than a typical t-shirt material. It is actually 100% cotton, and it's a nice heavier weight to it. I know this comes in other stripe colors as well, but this cool tone taupe is really big this year, and I cannot wait to show you a basic way to style it. I know it's hard to believe, but spring or late winter is right around the corner. So I picked up two sweaters that are gonna transition really well through that. First of all, I will admit, it's this green color that caught my eye, and it does come in a lot of other colors as well. The next thing was the cut of it. So we'll talk about the sleeves in a minute, but it's a kind of a boxy shape to it. I feel like it's going to not add bulk, but just kind of hold out a little bit from the body and not be super form-fitting. So I think a lot of us are sensitive about the midsection. So this is a little more of an appropriate silhouette if that's something that is in your area of concern. But look at these sleeves. So while I am personally not a fan of the 3/4 length sleeve, I love an elbow length sleeve. I just think right at the crease of your elbow, it gives the impression and the feeling of short sleeves. But if you're sensitive about your upper arms, like many of us are at this point in our lives, it covers you up. It's also great for right now. If you are one of those people that runs hot all the time, you have the sweater, but you have a little bit of your arm exposed, maybe exposing you to a little bit of cooler air. So it's a great piece to wear now, maybe layered under something like one of those cardigans. And then in late winter, early spring, isn't this like the most perfect spring green? I think it is. And then the other sweater I picked up, very similar. This is more of a true short sleeve. It has some more detail on the arms right there, a little bit of detail here. It's not a cropped length, but it's not quite as long as that green sweater. It hits right at the waist, I would say, but it has a really nice weight to it. This one also comes in quite a few colors as well. I haven't tried this one on yet, so if you see a tag, it's because I want to make sure it fits before I rip the tag off. We will see in a moment. It has some really nice stitching around the back here just to make it a little bit more of a tailored fit. Cannot wait to show you this, just with a basic pair of jeans. Super cute look. And then I did pick up some bottoms. I love a track pant. I love a loungewear set. I'm big into athleisure, but maybe we want it to look a little more polished, a little more grown up per se. And I loved this option. This looks a little bit more like a tailored pant, but it has that nice tracksuit kind of stripe deal happening here. It does have a flat front, which again makes it look less like loungewear, more like an actual pant, but it has the elastic in the back. So a pull-on style. A lot of us at this stage in our life prefer the pull-on style. It does have pockets, so you can style this like a work pant, a dressier pant, and you still have the comfort of something that feels more like loungewear. So I just jumped on this when I saw this on the website. And if you really want to jump on the workwear trend, check out these pinstripe pants. These are pretty similar to what I just shared with you. They are more formal in that the fabric looks like more traditional menswear, but drawstring waist and more of a, I would say, yeah, it's a wide leg. It's a straight wide leg, not overly so. And hopefully they're not gonna drag on the ground when I put them on. We will find out, but I just loved this idea. If you want to still feel comfortable, but look a little more dressed up, why not these instead of, say, one of the many, many, many activewear lounge sets I have shared over the years. And then I have one more pair of pants to share with you. Now, everyone is pulling out their resort wear, and for me, it's a little too early to get my head around having to dress for warmer weather when I'm currently freezing, but I did want to grab one of their linen pieces because Abercrombie does a lot of linen pieces, and as we move into late spring and summer, linen is a great option. And if you're like me and you don't love wearing shorts, linen pants are a staple for me in warm weather. And I know warm weather, I live in San Antonio, Texas. So I went with a very on-trend color, the brown. They look to me like just a basic pair of linen pants. They have an elastic waist. They do have pockets. So that's a lot of talking. Let's get to trying some of this on. Hey everyone, this segment of the video is sponsored by Midi Health, a company I have been sharing with you. I think we're going on years now. I know it's going on multiple years that I've personally been a patient with Midi Health, and I'm hopping on now just to remind you that since we're at the beginning of a new year and you're scheduling all of your medical checkups, to not neglect a very important aspect of health, of women's health. And that's where Midi Health jumps in. If you are unfamiliar with what Midi does, they are an online service. They offer virtual visits with expert clinicians in women's midlife health. And that is the broad idea of what they do. They do so much, I had to write down all the different categories of care that they offer. So excuse me while I read from this list. Their care needs include the topics of perimenopause and menopause, weight, sexual wellness, mood and memory, hair and skin, sleep, and cancer survivorship. So if you have any medical needs that fall into any of those categories and you are curious about Midi Health, they are now available in all 50 states. They are accepted by many major insurance companies. They also offer a self-pay option and their pricing is upfront. Just go to their homepage. You can scroll down a little bit and you'll see where they talk about insurance pricing versus self-pay. So there is no surprise bill at the end, which I very much appreciate. If you have just been waiting for a sign like I am sick of suffering with, well, any of the things that I just listed below, hop on, schedule a call. You can do it from right here in your family room, on your couch, in your pajamas in bed, however you feel most comfortable. I'll have a link down in the description box. And if you have any questions about the experience at all, I can share my own personal experience with them. Just go ahead and ask me down in the comments below. Welcome to the try-on portion of this. I have to address not the elephant in the room, but the dog in the room. So throughout this portion of the try-on, especially in the B-roll footage, if you're wondering what the lump of gray is in the background, it's this guy. He moves around throughout the process. So you know what? Instead of doing a whole styling thing, let's not make this complicated. Pick your favorite pair of jeans. I will link to these. These are not from Abercrombie. I want to point out I tried to find a pair of Abercrombie jeans. That is not a place I would recommend we go to find our jeans. It was very frustrating. These are a brand new pair. Literally just got them in the mail today from Quince. That's one of my favorite places to shop for jeans. I know this is about Abercrombie, but I just want to say if you do buy jeans from Quince, and I'll link these, size up one across the board in all the styles I've tried. That's been consistent. Okay, so let's talk about this top. Like I told you, it does not button here, which at first thought is like, oh, that's not great. Well, I just layered a white tank underneath it, just a basic one from Land's End, and don't worry, I'll link all the things that you can see if you're interested in learning more or shopping. Thank you. But I kind of like it. I like it's a little more of a modern take. I don't think this looks sloppy, but it's a lot more casual and slightly undone look. Depending on the rise of your pants or jeans, you could tuck this in and make it look like a tucked in button front blouse. But I like this. It gives an hourglass shape by spreading out a little bit here. So if you want to cheat the look of a smaller waist, or you want to avoid pulling across your lower stomach, this is actually a really flattering style. You could absolutely unbutton these buttons and just have it draped open. If you want to have less of an emphasis on this little area right here, wear a color coordinating tank, something that doesn't contrast so much. But I love this. I love the weight of it. Here are the full length on the sleeves here. This is the whole look. I think this is a great option, especially for 100% merino wool. I'm showing this top untucked first. A lot of you want to see the full length, so here you go. Very classic boat neck tee, 100% cotton, modernized a little bit in that the stripes are a little bit thicker and the color options are not just your traditional navy and white. I love this. It's 100% cotton. It has a nice weight to it. There is nothing flimsy about it. It almost feels like it's double lined. And I like that while it is a boat neck collar, I don't really have to hide. I'm not worrying about my bra. Sometimes it gets a little awkward and weird. This is just a classic. Obviously you could do a full tuck, a front tuck. Let me just kind of fold it over a little bit so you get the idea. It's great. I like the arm length. Not too tight. I like how it drapes. This is just a classic. It's gonna go in my closet. It's gonna be worn over and over and over I love it. This sweater ticks a lot of boxes that I'm looking for, and I know a lot of you over 50 are looking for as well. First of all, let's talk about the sleeve length. I don't have the longest arms, so it's just a little bit past the crease in my elbow. It's dangerously close to that 3/4 length sleeve, but I think it works just fine. And if you're on the taller side or if you have longer arms, then it's gonna be a great fit for you. I will say if you're generally more petite or have shorter arms, then this is gonna hit that 3/4 length, which some of us avoid, some of us prefer. So I'm just letting you know there. I initially thought this was more of a boxy fit, but upon putting it on, I've realized it just is a looser fit. It does still kind of skim the body a little bit, but it's overall super, super comfortable. And another, I think, more over 50 friendly aspect, over 60, over 70, I know I have a wide range watching, is this neckline. It is higher up on the neck. It's dipping into turtleneck territory, but it is not a turtleneck. It's very loose fitting. It's not choking me, but I am noticing some crepey neck skin and sagging myself. So this does hide that very nicely. And can we talk about this color? It's beautiful. It just makes me want to smile when I put it on. And that is age appropriate across all the ages. This top is a great example of something that at first glance might be more appropriate for someone younger, because when you do this, we see that. And I think at our age, most of us would prefer not to do that. I would prefer not to do that, but I just did for tens of thousands of people. But here's where it would be great. If you are a more petite person, if you have a shorter torso, if you love and tend to wear more high-rise pants. These are actually, I think, a mid-rise. So it does sit right at the top. It overlaps actually just a little bit. So I'm very comfortable with this. I can't think of a situation where I'm actually raising my hands up over my head all that often. It doesn't bother me. If it bothers you, skip this one. But if you fall into one of those categories I just mentioned, this is actually the perfect sweater for you. Continuing with the vein of keep it simple, stupid. Stupid being me, not you. Let's not overthink it. We're gonna just wear this cardigan over the white tank. See, and it has nice bra-friendly straps. That same pair of jeans, I just threw this cardigan over it, and it is like wearing a bit of a hug. I think it looks beautiful just like this. You could actually, and you're gonna see it in the B-roll, wear it all buttoned up, just like a sweater. And I know it's looking like the ends are uneven. I keep glancing over to the monitor. It's me. I am uneven, I think. It's definitely not the sweater. But this is just a great basic. You don't have to come up with this whole complicated outfit to find a way to wear this. Find a white tank or a white tee or a white blouse. Throw this over your favorite pair of jeans or bottoms. This is gonna go with so many things. It's such a great thing. And I'm not all that familiar with Abercrombie's line, but it is my understanding they tend to bring the same pieces back season after season. And I think this is gonna be one that we're gonna see on their website for a few years more. This is the second of the two cardigans that I picked up. This one is, I don't want to say formal, but just the way that this is a really super soft fabric, kind of feels like that Angora mohair feel to it. Feels a little bit more formal. The buttons look like jewelry. They're beautiful. If you're looking for a cardigan to wear over a dressier outfit, to maybe drape over a dress, something you're wearing for an evening event or a dressier event, this is perfect. You could absolutely wear this as a shirt. Just imagine it buttoned all the way up. That would be perfect. It's a little more streamlined, a little more tailored because it doesn't have the pockets, but you can keep it casual, just like I'm doing it here, just over that same tank and same pair of jeans. I have some booties on. Basic does not necessarily mean boring, and the details on this make it far from boring. These buttons are just stunning. And like I said, a basic cream ivory sweater. I think this also comes in black and a few other beautiful neutrals, as well as some really nice pops of color. I think this is gonna be a piece that you will not regret having in your closet, and you're gonna reach for it over and over. I actually wore this when I was in Arizona. I had a black sweater dress on. It was about 40 degrees outside. So I wish I had had this in black. For the look I was going for, I didn't want the contrast, but it still worked. And I thought it looked beautiful. And most importantly, I felt super comfortable and warm. Before we get to the official pants section of this, I want to talk about this top. Pulled it right out of my closet. I have had this blouse for years. It is usually on the Chico's website. It's part of their no iron collection. This one has little great details like the French cuffs, has a little black embroidery here with their insignia and some whip stitching somewhere around here. It's a beautiful piece. It stays crisp and white. I've never had to iron this. I just throw it in the washing machine, throw it in the dryer, and voila. So anyway, if you're looking for a closet staple, speaking of age-appropriate stores, Chico's, don't pass up on it. Don't think it's just like old lady clothes. If you're looking for really good basics, amazing denim, some of the best accessories I have seen anywhere, and shoes, Okay, this is not gonna turn into Chico's video, but anyway, I've been shopping there since my 30s and they are just outstanding in those specific categories. But okay, let's talk about these pants. These do run a little bit big in the waist. I'm kind of surprised. I think there's some vanity sizing happening here, but flat front, which I really like. So it looks a little more tailored, a little less like I just pull on pants and I'm just hanging out, but I am. These are so comfortable. They feel like sweatpants. They have the elastic in the waist, very comfortable. Love these pockets. I love the stripe. It's very slimming. I think these are in the regular length. I'm wearing them with a 2-inch heel. So I'm 5'4" if I stand up very straight. So you can use that to gauge how this would work for you. Overall, I absolutely love these. And I just went the easy route to just pair it with a basic white button-down blouse, pair it with black, picks up the white here. You don't need to get so matchy-matchy. They're basic black pants, but I like this look and these are a surprising standout for me. I think it's safe to say these are the ultimate hybrid of workwear and loungewear. They are a drawstring and elastic waist. They do have the nice side pockets. The material obviously looks like it's a menswear or more of a suiting style pant. I just kept it really simple and paired it with a basic black kind of Henley style top. You could definitely dress this up more and go with like the white button down blouse. This does run a little bit looser. I don't think enough for me to size down one, and it helps that it does have the drawstring. I could draw this a little bit tighter. I initially actually had that white blouse on that you saw earlier. It was just too much fabric, and the way that this lays, it's very wide leg, very straight. So my styling advice with these pants is something that doesn't necessarily have to be tight, but a little more body conscious, a little more form fitting along the body here to kind of balance all the fabric going on at the bottom. And these regular length pants have been working out for me just great with a little bit of a heel. So I am 5'4", and with heels, these work great. If you're petite, definitely check those inseam lengths to see if they have this option in a petite. Let's look ahead to summertime or maybe resort wear. I couldn't bring myself to go full on beach wear because it's cold in my house and I have not started the self-tanning routine quite yet, but let's pretend. So these are the linen pants and they are just an elastic waist all the way around. There's no drawstring, it's just pull-on style. So definitely true to size, love the pockets, regular length, definitely could wear flats with these. I'm wearing a little bit of a heel. Yeah, no, more than a little bit. I'd say about a 3-inch heel, so it would work either way. Super comfortable. These come in colors other than brown, if this is not your thing, but I love that we have now learned that Abercrombie is going to be another source for us or resource for us when we're looking for linen pieces for spring and summer. This one is a great option. So I think we've answered the question, can we and should we shop at Abercrombie? And the answer is a resounding yes. There are always going to be pieces that we're going to want to pass by. There are always going to be pieces that we love regardless of retailer. We just now know we could add Abercrombie to our list of retailers that we shop with. I hope you had fun with this. Let me know if there are any other stores you want me to take a little deeper dive into. If you've been a little hesitant to check them out, I will be our guinea pig. So while you're down in the comments section, the links are there, but also make sure you say hi and let me know if there's another store you want me to go check out. Thanks for hanging out with me, guys, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.